guys, my name is Cryotheos and welcome back to F1 2016. Today we're here for round 2, the Bahrain Grand Prix. To start the weekend off then, we got a visit from our R&D engineer to tell us that we got that engine upgrade. Gives us +8 brake horsepower, which I think is awesome. Knowing how weak the Honda engine is compared to the Mercedes and the Ferrari power units, I think this is probably the wisest path. So hopefully we'll see some results down the straights now. On to the practice results then. In practice 1, we completed the track acclimatisation and the tyre testing, scoring the maximum 50 points in both tests. In practice 2, I played around with the car setup in the early part of the session. Once I found a setup that I was happy with, I completed the qualifying pace test, scoring another 50 points. In practice 3, I did a few more tweaks to the setup just to see if I could shave off some more time. I also completed a few laps with full fuel load just to get an idea of what the car felt like in race trip. So as you can see here, this brought our total up to 496 research points, which puts us in a good position for developing the car. So, on to qualifying. The team set us the objective of 12th or higher, and to beat our teammate Fernando. Q1 felt like I did a pretty good couple of laps. We were able to finish in P5 on a 1:35.2, almost 9/10 down on Rosberg's time, who placed first. In Q2 I made the mistake of going out on the super soft tyre. I'm still trying to get used to the new rule of starting the race on your Q2 tyre if you qualify into the top 10. We were able to put in a 1:34.6, which was enough for 4th place, so we advanced through to Q3. Crucially though, Fernando must have had some sort of an issue or something, because he wasn't able to get out of P16, only putting in a 1:36.9, so he's eliminated from Q3. So, Q3 then. It's time for the lap that decides our starting position for the Bahrain Grand Prix. As we come around the final corner, important to get a good exit here as it leads onto the start-finish straight. Open up the throttle and get ready on the DRS button as soon as we cross the activation line. No doubt there'll be a lot of overtaking here on the straight on race day. Into the first corner, start braking hard at the 150 metre board all the way down into second gear. Patiently waiting to get back onto the power now for turn 2 and 3, which are flat out. Onto the second straight section of the track now, heading down into turn 4, third gear for this, trying to avoid the rumble strip on the inside as it can upset the balance of the car. Open up the throttle again now, all the way up to 6th gear briefly, and then back down into 5th for this fast open chicane that is turn 5, 6 and 7. And then heavy braking now down into 2nd gear for the turn 8 hairpin, slight lock up on our right as we enter. Heading now to what I think is the most challenging corner of this circuit, turn 9 and 10. As you approach the apex of 9, the car is under high lateral Gs, and then you have to bring the car down into 2nd gear for this slow left-hander, which is very easy to lock up the front left. At the end of this midsection DRS straight, we get onto turn 11, another challenging corner down to 4th gear for this, important to stay off the rumble strip on the outside here, as it will upset the balance of the car. Back on the power for this fast turn 12 and then down into 4th gear for turn 13. This is one of those corners where the exit is more important than the entry as it leads onto the back straight. Open up the throttle all the way into 8th gear now as we approach the final corner. In slow, out fast for this one, again important to get a good exit as it leads onto the start finish straight. And we cross the line with a fantastic 1:33.7, unbelievable lap. Even I don't know where that came from. And that's pole position, only our 2nd race for McLaren, and we've managed to do the impossible and get pole. As you can see, we've pipped Rosberg and his Mercedes by just over a 10th. I was so stoked when I did this. We've got a real chance of scoring some really good points going into this race now. So after that great result, we take a look at our R&D points and we are sat at a healthy 640 points. So I opted to go for the rear floor under tray upgrade, which should improve the power to weight ratio of the car for the next race weekend.
Okay, remember to protect the inside on the run down to turn 1. Make yourself as wide as possible, robust but fair.
Wise words from Jeff there. So here we go then, the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. 5 red lights. And it's go. We get a decent start, bogged down a tiny bit, but it looks like Rosberg's going to try and make a move on the inside. He's already got that line, so we're not going to be able to defend it too well. We'll go in deep. We've got Rosberg alongside. We've got the inside line now, we'll give him a bit of space, but I think we've got the job done. The 2 Ferraris, however, behind us. They're squabbling as we get the job done. They're squabbling over third place. Take a look in your top left corner now. You see Raikkonen and Vettel trading places constantly. So we just need to hold station here and make sure we keep Rosberg even behind us. So cut ahead now to later into the lap. You can see Rosberg is absolutely all over our gearbox. It's going to be tough to keep him at bay. We're running rich revs, we're doing everything we can. So pit windows between lap 5 and 7. We're going to be going on to the mediums, which will be the majority of this race will be done on those mediums. So we just need to open the gap to well over a second to Rosberg so as he's not going to get DRS.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
So as you heard, DRS is enabled, so this is where we really got to knuckle down now and open that gap up, or we're going to be in some serious trouble, because when that Merc gets DRS, he's going to have us. Cut to late into lap 3, and he is all over us now. Coming up to the start-finish straight, he is going to get DRS on us. We're in max revs, we're doing absolutely everything. Is Rosberg going to dive down the inside here? Might just be a little bit too far back. We cut ahead here to lap 5, heading into that hairpin section, and we lock up heavily, and Rosberg gets a look on the inside. We managed to get just ahead of him. He's got DRS, but we managed to keep the position. Jeff telling us that the pit window's open, so we're going to be in this lap. As you can see, the tyres are fairly worn. We've got Rosberg all over us. You can smell blood. We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one? A bit late to be telling us that as we're heading into the pits there, Jeff. So hopefully we get a good stop here. See where we emerge. Going on to the mediums. Looks decent. 2.6 seconds, that's good. We'll take it. Looks like Vettel was also in the pits, as he's still behind us. Okay, we emerge in P18. Got the two Manor cars in front of us squabbling over what looks to be 16th place, side by side. Definitely slow though, we're going to dive down the inside of them here. Oh, and there's contact with the two Manor cars. So we just take the inside line here. Thought I gave them plenty of space, but one of them just comes across and they collect each other. But later into the lap, and we're chasing Nasra. We're going hard. He must be on old tyres here because we're going a lot faster than him on the mediums. So we get the job done nicely there. Very easy. Into the last corner. Is he able to come back at us? I don't think so. His tyres are far too old. Cut to lap 7 and we're behind Palmer and Magnussen. Seem to be going very slowly. So we're looking for a gap here. Second to last corner. Let's see if we can get good traction out of this. And we do. We've had Palmer. To make as many places as we can, so we're going to dive bomb Magnussen on the inside. We lock up a little bit, we make contact. The hand goes up into the air, but it's all good. Both drivers survive, and we get DRS to break away from them. But ahead to lap 8, a few cars have pitted. We're now chasing Alonso. So Hopefully our teammate won't put up too much of a fight. We've got Hamilton behind us, which is interesting. Oh, big mistake there. We hit that outside curbing and it sends the back end loose. Managed to collect it though, luckily. Huge lock up on the front right there. Pushing really hard now, trying to make up as many positions as possible. We need to catch Rosberg. So it sounds like Rosberg's pitted. We'll get DRS on Alonso now. Let's see if we can get this job done. Hamilton's also close behind. We use the slipstream and the DRS and we get the job done. On the inside and we hit the curb. Get the car a bit airborne there. Here's the view from Hamilton's perspective and you can see sparks flying off the bottom of our car. Hitting the inside curb there, getting a bit of air. Job done though. Cut to lap 9, end of lap 9. And we're now chasing Valtteri Bottas. We've got Hamilton all over us. He's going to get DRS on us. We're going to have to defend hard. Here he comes. He's going to take the inside line. We're going to try and dive onto the slipstream of him, but he's dodging and weaving. Let's see if we can get the inside here. It doesn't look like we're going to get it. Got some decent traction though. Let's grab that slipstream. Let's see if we can dive on the inside here. Oh, almost, but not quite. Not quite. He's got the better tyres, although I think they might be a bit worn. Cut to lap 10 here and Bottas is going extremely slowly. Something's gone wrong with Bottas's car. He's holding me and Hamilton up. Yellow flags are being waved. Don't really want to overtake under that. And the VSC is deployed. Looks like it's for Bottas and it looks like Hamilton just overtook him there and lost a bit of his front wing. This could give us the advantage we've been looking for. Hamilton makes a crucial mistake there, clips his front wing on the back of Bottas's car. So I'm just going to keep an eye on our tyres, make sure we stay within touching distance of Hamilton. Waiting for that green flag to drop. As soon as we see that green flag drop, we need to pounce on Hamilton, capitalise. I'm expecting it to drop any second. We've got Rosberg right behind us, so we've managed to get the undercut on him. Here we go. Hopefully we get through this, and it looks like it's dropped. The green flag's dropped. We'll return to racing. Hamilton managed to get a really good exit there on the hairpin. Could have head to lap 11 and we're still chasing him. We're going to get DRS on the straight here. We're a lot faster than him in the corners. Probably due to that loss of front wing downforce. I'm going to dive up the inside into turn 1. He's still there. Try for the switchback. Side by side, he's not giving us much space. He's really squeezing us. Grab some more slipstream and we'll switch into the inside line here. Let's see if we can get the job done. Might just be able to make it stick this time. Yes, we have. But ahead later in lap 12 and Hamilton dives on the inside again. Real good fight between me and Lewis here. This is for P1, so this is for keeps. Dive onto the inside. And we make contact, we hit the side of Hamilton, but luckily no damage is done to either car. Huge lock up there from us. That could have been nasty. Got to be careful here because Rosberg will capitalise on this. Hamilton is holding this train up. He's just so fast though on the straights. We get a terrible exit there and he breaks away a little bit. So there's the confirmation then that he's definitely got front wing damage. Again, we're locking up. These tyres don't feel great, although they're only about 40% warm. Cut ahead again to lap 13 here, and Rosberg is challenging us. Into the last corner, Rosberg takes the inside. Let's try for the switchback. Definitely got something on him. We're alongside now. It's going to be a drag over the start-finish. This time my gear changed there, and looks like Rosberg is going to hang on to it, although we might be able to get down the inside here and defend it. Not quite. He manages to outbrake us, and he's got much better traction on those tyres. So the chase is on. We've got Vettel behind us a little bit back down the road. Just got to keep these tyres going just for a little bit longer. 45% wear. These guys have got to have another stop yet as well. So cut late into lap 16 here, and Vettel is challenging us. Just got a few more laps on these tyres. Rosberg goes into the pits, so he must have been on older tyres. That's interesting. So those Mercs have still got a lot of pace. Raikkonen now coming at us really fast down the start finish straight. He's going to dive on the inside into turn 1. We're going to try and go for the switchback. He's gone deep, so we're going to capitalise, go on the outside of him. Got the job done. Raikkonen there getting feisty. Released after his teammate dove into the pits, I assume. So I got so caught up in this fight with Raikkonen that I completely forgot that this was my in-lap. As we come onto the start-finish straight here, I have to dive across, slam on the brakes just in time. It looks like Raikkonen has followed us in. He is right on top of us. Hopefully McLaren are able to give us a good enough stop to get out in front of him. Onto the soft tyres, and Raikkonen gets out ahead of us. 3.5 seconds, not a great stop there. Okay, so we've got to make these tyres last. Let's see what we can do. Raikkonen's on the slower tyre. We can perhaps capitalise here. Very slow out of there, and we get the job done on him. And it's our old pal Lewis ahead on the slow white wall tyre. So this is where we're going to be able to fight our way now back up to the top, hopefully. Reclaim that first position that we started the race in. Got a long way to go though down here in P7. A few cars still got to make stops, I believe. We're going to get DRS on here. Open up the DRS, which is going to be no match for this Merc engine that Lewis has got. Slowly start to reel him in, but there isn't enough straight there. Let's see if we can get him through this next set of bends. Some traction here, got a good exit, not quite. Lewis gets a better exit and starts to pull away. Might have to use the DRS down the start finish straight to have him. Slight right side lock up. Get some traction, let's grab some slipstream. Open up the DRS, here we go. Dive on the inside, give him plenty of space. We've got the job done. Let's try not to go too deep into turn 1, no, we're fine. Now that we've got the better tyre, we should be able to stay out ahead of him. Mercedes must have made a fantastic stop replacing his wing for him to come out in the same area as us roughly. purple through sector 1. Chasing Vettel now. We are on the rampage. The virtual safety car is deployed. And as you can see here, I'm zooming in because I didn't quite realise that that had happened. I was in the zone and we've picked up a penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. Absolute disaster. So bring the pace of the car down. Absolutely seething in the cockpit now. Can't believe we've made such a mistake. Rookie error. We've got a drive-through penalty. This is not what we needed. We were doing so well for pace. Fortunately, we just absolutely have to serve it. Let's see what kind of damage this has done to our race now. We can see all the cars on the radar there going past us. Down into P7. Our teammate comes into the pits. Thankfully, he's not going to get past us. Save us that embarrassment. Drive through served. Okay, let's put that behind us and get back onto it. We need to push hard now to get some decent points out of this race. Unbelievable mistake that we made there. Cut to lap 25 and we've got a fight with Perez. He's on the slower tyre. We're absolutely all over him. This is for P6, so absolutely crucial we get these points. Try and get down the inside of him into this last corner. Gonna go for the dive, not quite. A little bit too far behind him. We're gonna have to do it under DRS. We've got a better exit. We're gonna put the squeeze on him and we'll go DRS, so we should get the job done. Still alongside us. Look at the power of that Merc engine. Even with our upgrade, the Merc engine's just so fast. That's it, we've got the job done. On to the last lap now. Weren't able to catch Raikkonen up. We held Perez at bay though, and Nico Rosberg wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Looks like we're going to come home in P6. Not the best result after qualifying P1. A few stupid mistakes on my behalf. And just getting caught up in traffic and in fights that we perhaps should have not fought. Still, P6, that's some very valuable points there. And I think Jeff is just trying to cheer us up a little bit there at the end.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a good result for Nico Rosberg, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship.
So as you can see at the end of that race, we come away in P6 with a valuable 8 points. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed with that result after getting P1 in qualifying. It's just so many mistakes made. Lessons learned though as well, so we've got to move on. Interesting to note that our teammate finished 12th, so not a great result for him, no points scored. It's not going to help us in the Constructors. So taking a quick look at the drivers' standings, we're in P5 on 18 points. A couple of points separate me and Sainz. Definitely got our work cut out for us. So at the end of that race weekend then, we walk away with 160 resource points banked. Good news on the rivalry front as well with Fernando. We are 2 points away from winning the rivalry. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more. Leave a like if you did. And I'll catch you in the next video. Cryo out.